to help us be able to stabilize the board early game. And maybe even have to remove some of these sort of top-endy cards so that we can make sure that we get the board early game and then hope that the buff from whatever our mid-range things is enough to really carry us home. So let's try it. Let's see if it works. I think it could almost work. I think it could work. I've seen a lot of Paladin Inspire decks, and this one seems like at least it's got a lot more going on in the early game to help us. Some of the people just are like, I don't know why Inspire's not working with no early game. So hopefully we can get this to be working, since we do have some early game that should help us curve out into our Inspire plays.
I must protect the wild. I will fight with honor.
Alright. I like Muster for battle. Not really a fan of having these without anything. This is way too slow. Don't want that for sure. I think Muster for battle is just too good to mulligan away. We definitely want to try and find Minibot, Zombie Chow, Garrison Commander. Probably not Owl in this matchup. True Silver would be another good one. So I think I'll keep this. Alright, we got Minibot into Muster. I mean, not Minibot. We got Zombie Chow into Muster. If we find our one Minibot, we're in business. Alright, what do you got? Living Roots. Living Roots does not contest Zombie Chow super effectively. I'm going to play the 2-drop. Like, I get that this is in the deck not to be played on turn 2, but it's so important that we do have tempo. So I just want to be able to make sure I can maximize the amount of board presence I have, try and control the board as much as possible, and then hopefully be able to curve out into these, and then squeeze in the hero powers when I can later. But first I need to siege control of the board so that these cards actually can get their value off. Alright, that's good for me. We're worried about Swipe here. He signals that he's setting up Swipe. I think I will develop the second Garrison Commander to play around Swipe a little bit instead of playing the Muster for battle. Because I feel like he's got Swipe. If he doesn't have Swipe, darn it. But if he has Swipe, we're much happier about this. We want to Muster for battle after the Swipe. Wrath, hero power. Okay. Okay. It's okay, we're still ahead on board. We can get Murloc Knight down and threaten to double hero power, which is pretty nuts. He's definitely going to swipe the Murloc Knight if he has Swipe, or he's going to charge a Druid of the Claw into it. If he charges Druid of the Claw into it, then it's going to be at 1 health, perfect for Muster for battle to finish it off. So that's why I want to get this down. So he charges Druid, then we can muster into it and be okay. And then try and set up a big board. Did have the Swipe, so we got the good read on the Swipe. Now we can play Muster for battle a lot safer. We can charge the Fencing Coach for next turn. This is... that would be like a turn 8 play though. I think we want to just get the Muster for battle out there. He just used the Swipe, so the board presence of all that should be good. The question is Dude over Avenge. I don't know, we could go Hero Power Fencing Coach, just try and charge up the Dream, and then next turn go Muckless Champion Hero Power Avenge. I think we're gonna charge up the Dream.
Reporting for duty.
We're charging up the Dream.
I am a dancing master.
Alright, so next turn we're hopefully going Muckless Champion Hero Power Avenge. Charging up the Dream. Hopefully he's out of removal, and hopefully that's not Dr. Boom. Damn. To get this off though. Bananas for everyone. I don't think trading into Dr. Boom is good, so I think we want to go phase. And none of these trades really help us, so when in doubt, smash face. Alright, he goes there. My hits for 1. No 4. Hey, buff the right guy, that's good. Now if he doesn't have removal for it. Oh, shit, second swipe. That's not good. Alright, Boombot maybe won't clear something. Won't clear my 3-2 maybe. Oh my god, both Boombots for 4 killing something. Well... He's used both swipes, so I'm gonna overextend my board as much as possible to try and set up for a good Kel'Thuzad. And maybe we can make it happen there. We should be able to trade all of our little dudes into whatever minion he plays and play Kel'Thuzad, and then if he doesn't have combo, maybe we can live for another turn. But if he has combo, like, we don't have a way to clear this 7/7. We don't run Aldors, really. We just run DGH as our one-outer. 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 5 on the board now. So we have to use our face, too, so we have to take another 4. I don't know if we can survive. The only play, then, is this. And we gotta just hope he has no damage in his hand, and that we can then win the game after that. Man. Boom bots, man. Double swipe, wild growth, boom. I don't know, man. Sometimes Druid just has it all. Some things I'd like to see here, though, so that we can try and get the board a little better. And also, we need some... We have no answers to big things besides one BGH, which I guess is what Druid usually does, but I usually think in a mid-range deck you're going to want some more answers to big things besides just that. We have equality, I guess, too. I think the Avenges are probably okay for helping control the board early, but I think Minibot's a lot better than Avenge. So I'd like to see maybe, let's see here. We have like all of these Inspire mechanics that don't work unless we have enough cards for it, and enough like synergies happening, and then we also need to have board to make the synergies really happen. So how can we get board? What if we take out... We want a second Minibot in there. That's just going to help us control the board early game really good and be way less vulnerable to a bunch of the offensive stuff. I'd like to see Maiden of the Lake go. We have like a bunch of... Like, Maiden of the Lake making your hero power cost 1 is really cute with Garrison Commander and stuff, but it's usually not going to sick just because its stats is a 2... Like, it's a 2 attack minion for 4. So most of the 4-drops in the game are able to then trade into it without dying, which puts you behind at like a huge amount. Like 2/6 just isn't the greatest stats in the world. So I'd like to see a second Minibot in there. And then I think we honestly just need Shredders or Aldors and things like this. Shredders are going to help us immensely because they're busted and they're just too much stats for their cost. And when you're fighting for the board, you want stats. And why not play a 6-drop worth of stats for 4 mana? It's crazy. So I think I would put in the Shredder, and then I could see us maybe... what else could we get out of here and put in another Shredder? Yeah, it allows you to use Garrison Commander, which is pretty good, but I want to see Shredders and Oldemans is the things I want. Shredders are insane in any sort of mid-rangey deck. Oldemans are also insane. Lotheb I really like for being able to secure our board so that then we can play Inspire things in the following turn. I think Black Knight's a little too high cost for what we're trying to do, because in the turns where we would be playing Black Knight, I really want to be playing like Murloc Knight hero power or having a Muckless Champion hero power setup, so I don't really like this high end. I think we want to focus more on using our Inspire powers on those turns rather than playing big minions. So that's why I kind of want to cut down that little bit of the curve. And then I want to find another Shredder. And then I want to find... I think we have enough things that synergize with hero power and dudes that Quartermaster might honestly be a little bit win more. But, I don't know. I think Quartermaster is honestly better than Muckless Champion on average, right? Because we have... Nah, maybe not. But I want to see Aldemans in here so we can really benefit from the free hero powers even more too. Because that means just like, if you play Fencing Coach the turn before, I guess you just get a free 3/3, which isn't bad. I could see Consecrates getting the boot since we're maintaining tempo the whole time. We're really just board control oriented. So we don't want to ever lose the board, so Consecrate's not good for that because Consecrate's a recovery mechanism, and if we're never losing the board, we shouldn't need to Consecrate. So I want to see Consecrates out, Oldemans in, so we should always have maintained something on the board and then buff it with Oldemand to hold keeping the board instead of letting ourselves lose the board and then consecrating to take it back. I like that. I want to see, instead of Dr. Boom, let's try Justicar to synergize with all of our Inspire things. Because now we can benefit. Like on the turn where we'd be playing Boom and all that sort of stuff, we want to be playing our Inspire things. So we want to be hero powering at that point in the game, so I like that. I want to get Knife Jugglers in here, because we have the hero powers and all the spawn things. They synergize really well with Knife Juggler, and Knife Juggler is a really good minion for controlling the board in the earlier states of the game. I think we could lose... I want to take out this high end completely, to be honest with you. But then we get problems with draw, I guess. But we're trying to hero power to extend the game already anyway. I'd like to see the equality gone. We have Aldermans in there to serve its purpose. And I'd like to see the lay on hands gone, since we just want to keep the board the whole time snowball forever. Just snowball, snowball, snowball. We're not going to be like stopping to then draw for equality conks to recover, because we don't have equality cons anymore. So you can't run land hands without equality cons, because the tempo loss of land hands is recovered by using equality cons. So I want to see Knife Jugglers in here. So now we can hit the board really hard. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2-traps. Which is honestly even too many 2-traps. But now we should be going coin 2 into 2, sieging the board really fast. We got the 4 3-drops that fits the curve of a tempo deck. So that we should then keep the board there. We have a lot of 4-drops, but you can kind of count Murloc Knight as not a 4-drop, and Alderman not really as a 4-drop. So we don't have that many. We got 4 5s. So we maybe have one too many 5s and could squeeze in another 6. If there's a good 6 we could put there to balance out the curve a little bit more. What's a good 6 for this sort of thing? There isn't really good Inspire 6s. But I feel like we've made a lot of changes here. I want to kind of try it, so let's try it, see how it goes. Fun deck, fun deck. Inspire Paladin's always really fun. Hopefully we're able to get out of the gates now. Hogger. Hogger could be cute. It spawns the thing after the fact, though, so you can't buff it with the Inspire stuff, unfortunately. But that is a funny idea from chat. But it's too low on stats, I think. Alright, we should be able to beat Druid now. We should be able to get the board and make stuff happen. We're looking to try and go coin 2 into 2 since we have 8 2-drops, but we're going first. So we're actually looking to try and go, I guess, 1 into 2, hopefully. But keeping 2 2-drops wouldn't be unreasonable. I think it's unreasonable to keep a 3, though. We got a lot of 3s. We got our 1-drop, no 2-drop. No. We got another 1-drop. I guess Zombie Chow over Avenge is better. Kodo Rider. Kodo Rider for the fencing coach synergies? I guess. 2 3/5s for 6 mana is pretty dank. But then you have to play a 3-mana 2/2.
Illume, guide my lands.
Oh man, we can't kill that. We did hit the curve though. It is beautiful. We'll begin the trying to kill it process. We'll just dunk in the Zombie Chow there, and hopefully he doesn't have shade. Coin Aspirin into shade is brutal, man. Coin Aspirin into innervate something is also brutal. Coin Aspirin into double innervate boom is really brutal. This game's real fair. This is why you can't have fun in Hearthstone. Alright, I guess we're trading here. And then this is going face for us? I don't know, he'll probably make that trade for us. We can just do this and move face, I guess. Maybe we can set up the trade with the True Silver. We need our BGH or our Oldemans, man. We have 2 Oldemans and a BGH for this situation. So we have outs. We just need to find them. Worst case, we have to kill this boom with our face. I don't really want to take another 7 from it, so... Killing boom, boys. You can't really trade here because he's got to be afraid of redemption, so we got that going for us. Maybe he's out of steam, man. Maybe he's out of steam. Maybe he disconnected. That's probably our best odds of winning.
I wonder. Time waits for no one.
Just swipes me in the face. Ah, jeez. Oh, now we get the Oldemon. God damn it. I guess we'll go here and... I don't know, maybe I want to turn this into a 3-3. I think that's actually stronger than Shredder. We need the immediate board presence. And then hope the Boomba doesn't kill it. Okay, and I guess I'll make this trade just so that... Just because it hit this down to 1. I wasn't going to make this originally. But I don't want him to be able to make this trade easily, so let's see what happens. Boombots were very, very nice to us. We have a shot in hell. We have 2 minions out so that our secret can proc too. That's always good. Yeah, good, he's trading with us lots of times. Well, double trade into that does not feel good. But it must be done. And force an Atreus in the face. Just a standard game against Druid. That wasn't a turn 3 boom, Dr. Bones. That was a turn 2 boom. It was even faster. You went coin aspirant into innervate boom. Yeah. Yeah, you win when you do that. I don't think there's any deck in the world that can stop that. Alright, so what can we do here then to try and make this a little bit better? I think we have enough 5-drops that we don't want this Lotheb. We want to be buffing our minions, not stopping him from killing them. So I want the buff to happen on the turn 5, not that. So I want to get this Lotheb out of here. And what can we get? What was it? I had a thought process to this before. And I just totally forgot what I was going to do. Crap. I had an idea what I wanted to replace Lotheb with, and then I totally forgot. Totally forgot. I had a suggestion. I had an idea here. Tice HS is now hosting my stream with 2,341 viewers. What up, Tice boys? How you guys doing? How you guys doing, man? Alright, so we need things to help us buff. We're DeckDoctor and some Inspire Paladin right now. We're taking Inspire Paladin and then lowering the curve, adding answers to big things, and trying to make it so that you can have board control when you inspire things. Hit the table so that you can then inspire things instead of no things. And I'm trying to cut this Lotheb to something to lower the curve, but I totally forgot what it is. I'm just brain farting. Was it an Inspire thing? No? None of these are great Inspire cards. Do we want the Kodo Rider? Was that what I was gonna do? I could see Kodo Rider actually being decent. Let us try... We have enough 2-drops. We could put in another 3, I guess. 3s. Could put in like... Having no taunts is really weird. So there is some consideration to try and find somewhere to fit in a taunt. Haunted Creeper doesn't work because we have way too many 2s because we also run Garrison Commander. And I'm valuing that as a 2-drop in the curve because I'm going to play it on curve every time to try and help control the board. Get the Maiden in? I don't know about the Maiden, man. We can get like Shade or something that can just chill and guarantee Inspire value, but that's not very good. We could just put in a heal bot to try and stop the aggro scum. I wanted something though. We could lower the curve even more, put an Abusive Sergeant. Abusive Sergeant to help with the trading and stuff. And then we got Abusive BGH. Ancient Shade. Wisp. You don't need AoE if you play a tempo curve because you should always have board. So I don't think we need AoE. We could put in Noble Sacrifice just to kind of connect with our Avenges. Honestly, we could do... We could put in the 2 Noble Sacs since we already have the 2 Avenges over one of the zombie chas. So then we can do this, and then we can just put in Challenger. And then... we could cut Owl, because we already have enough 2-drops without it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... No, we have exactly 7, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We could cut one of the Aldermans or one of the Shredders, I guess. I don't want to cut a Shredder. Shredder's too good, man. We can cut a True Silver. Because we want to be playing minions anyway, we don't want to be playing weapons. And there we go. I mean, we already had secrets in there, so it's not too many changes. I think that would be better. Secrets are really good for helping control the board early, which can help set up the Inspire things, I think. The win condition is still Inspire. Yeah, it's an Inspire deck, man. I think just the tempo of Secrets is pretty good for setting up Inspire things, and if you're running Secrets, might as well throw in the Challenger. 6 mana, 6/6, sometimes do things. Alright, I'm going to keep the Secret as a 1-drop to kind of stall off weapons, and then look for my 2-drops and my 3-drops, and so on and so forth. Bum, bum, bum. Well, 6/6 for 6 is generally just fine, so a 6/6 for 6 that sometimes cycles your deck to find your Inspire combos seems worth in my opinion. You just really coin War X my face in hopes that it was Noble Sacrifice. Like, if that wasn't Noble Sacrifice, he would feel really silly. How do we miss all 7 of our 2-drops, man? How do we miss? No, win condition is still Inspire. Win condition is still definitely Inspire. Well, playing against Warriors fine. I feel like we should be able to out-tempo Warriors anyway. I'm just gonna play this out here. Just keep feeding his War Axes. If he keeps swinging, just let it be. Just keeps killing all my 1/1s and trying to proc my secrets with his War Axe. Coin War Axe into War Axe, swinging like a madman. Change his name to Lumberjack. Cool. Armor pass. Knife Juggler, Hero Power. Sets up for the Avenged to actually go off. I kind of like that. Turn 5, we don't really have a play. We'd go Hero Power Fencing Coach, I guess. Valuing out these Hero Powers is a pretty good way to get ahead against Warrior. We're making him use a lot of weapon charges on things he wouldn't really like to weapon charge on. I'd really like this Avenge to go off before our Challenger turn so we can pull the other Avenge out of our deck. So now we're not going to be drawing our early game cards. Because we have them in there to help us against aggro. And now if we filter them out with the Mysterious Challenger, they're pretty useful against the control deck, and also we don't draw them, so we'll be able to draw our more control-y cards against the control deck. I like it. Alright, let's try and set up the fencing coach.
Reporting for duty.
I am the dancing master.
Yes.
To battle.
And I guess I'll smack him in the face. Value trade doesn't seem that worth. Then he's able to attack with his minion again. It's already down to 16. Alright. Do I want to use the free hero power this turn?
To battle.
I might. I definitely want to trade this, I think. I could go with the Murloc Knight play, but I don't want to do the Murloc play into the Despite, so I think I'm going to trade this and just do the Challenger. See what comes out first. That's kind of awkward. That's going to be able to do free pickings on my Challenger. So now Challenger seems a little bit worse, so maybe I'll go with the Murloc Knight play. We do get a Noble Sack from the Challenger, but he... Oh yeah, the Noble Sack works, because he can't swing the Despite, huh? Yeah, so the Noble Sack shuts this down. That's good. So let's get the Noble Sack out there. Noble Sack Avenge. If I play the dude's gonna die in the Whirlwind, so it doesn't help me any. So I don't think I want a hero power. But the dude could get the Revenge. Or he could get the the Avenge. So I think I do actually, dude. Because this way I don't want to get the Avenge guaranteed on the Challenger, so... Despite kills this. He swings in, the Avenge lands on this 50% of the time, and then it stays alive through the Whirlwind as a 4-2. So that would be good.
What now? Get down!
Alright, Avenge, one time. Land on the 4-3. Got him. That's good, that's good. He's gonna swing here and execute, but still, we get extra damage. Maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe he doesn't have patrons. Maybe sometimes we're lucky. Maybe we're just never lucky. He's got Inner Rage and Execute. I didn't have Inner Rage, but Spire Paladin versus bunch of patrons, not good. Not good for sure. So this is awkward. Patron. We don't want to quartermaster this. I think we want to go with like Alderman Minibot. Hope he doesn't have another Despite. Try and clean up the patrons that way. The problem is they're definitely gonna replicate. I think our lethal combo is like Murloc Knight, Garrison Commander, double hero power, pray to OTK him on that. Because we're just trying to formulate a plan here to win. And I think we're going to want to test these patrons as strong as possible. Hope he doesn't have another Whirlwind. In a world where he doesn't have a Whirlwind, this is the strongest play, and this is what's going to set us up to try and win the game. So, I mean, we got to think ahead to how we win the game, and I think this is the approach that's most likely to pull it off. We could have went with the hero power Ultimate to get more value out of it, and then milk our cards for more value, but I don't think this value is what we need here. We need to kill these patrons now, and then get this threat off the board, and then work about value later on in the game. So even though our hand size is much smaller than his, because we're kind of overextending and using resources a little brashly here, it's just because patrons are a threat of infinite value, and that's a Hobgoblin. Alright. True Silver is not lethal. But it does help us clear some patrony goodness. So we want to kill the patrons, because that's the immediate threat.
For justice.
I guess we're letting this hobgoblin just kind of chill.
Women ready.
Yeah, hobgoblin's on the field. Then we can garrison commander hero power if we wanted. He can go here, swing into the garrison commander and clear the board. So maybe we're not supposed to do that. But if we don't do anything, then he's able to keep the hobgoblin in play. I definitely think I'm going to use the garrison commander here. I could play this to have the hobgoblin die, but I find these resources are probably more valuable than the garrison commander. So garrison commander sets up to help me kill the hobgoblin without having to use my True Silver Swing. So I can then use the True Silver Swing on the next minion, or even the face, potentially. So I'd like to see this.
What now?
Can I help you, sir?
Alright. He went deep with this. How did he draw the patron nuts while running all this garbage in his deck? That's what I wonder, man. Alright, he's at 9 life. He's gonna armor again. I'm guessing. So he's gonna be at 11 life. Is he gonna let it live? Be greedy, keep your hobgoblin alive. He's gonna execute. Keep his hobgoblin alive. Okay. We're gonna get a card off Jeeves at the end of our turn, most likely. I think we want to do that. We could try and go for a Murloc that helps us here, or we can just set up the Justicar. I guess we're setting up the Justicar and trying to take this game the long way.
I wonder.
Patron with infinite cards sounds scary, though. Alright, long game. Let's do it. So if we're playing the long game, I guess we gotta kill this. Hopefully he doesn't have some sort of OTK combo with his Hobgoblin shenanigans. Next turn we got a good play. We can get a lot of knives out there to try and help us clear. Double Hobgoblin.
I can fix anything.
He just drew the perfect patron curve in Mech Warrior nonsense. What? What is this life, man? I guess you win games that way. He trades off the Jeeves because he's got another one, I guess. Makes sense. Oh, man. This life. Alright. We can get a sick Quartermaster down, so let's do that. He's gonna gain a lot of armor, but we should be able to hopefully outvalue him at the end of the day. This is a lot of 3/3s. We're basically making patrons on this guy. Let's take care of this Hobgoblin. He's got 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Hopefully he doesn't have a Grom combo in his weird patrony deck. But we got some sick Inspire plays to make this board go out of control. Out of control. Grom lethal one time. Don't do it to me. Don't put this on me. I'm busting my ass here trying to make some intense paladin skills, some synergies with Inspire. And this is what I have to do it against. It has to be Mech Paladin with the Patron curve, making patrons on 5 and executing my guy. Just standard Mech Paladin stuff.
Let the pain speak to me.
I think we need Bluegill to not die. Old Man could make something happen here. Let's do this first and see what Murloc we get. And then we can play a 4-drop with it, so I think it's a little better than Muckless Champion. Not a bluegill. Well, he may be dead. We'll have the sickest Muckless Champion the world has ever seen next turn.
None may steal
We're
our
alive.
secrets.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. If he runs a kill condition in his deck, he's probably going to kill us. He's drawing. He's got a lot of armor, so we definitely need to win out on board. Which we should have a pretty good chance of doing, because our value is much higher than his as far as deck size and stuff goes. Like, just more value cards. These are like 7 drops. This is insane. 4/3 summon 2 2/2s for 5. Or for 7.
What now?
Almost a shredder. Take out that. That's a good one for us. Sometimes lucky. That gets taken out. He's running out of time, man. He's losing the Jeeves. He doesn't even want it anymore. Alright. Another Annoyatron. Mech Warper played after the Annoyatron. Warbot for free. Second Acolyte of Pain. Stable Ghoul. Stable Ghoul is pretty annoying. We can use it to help clear off some of his minions now. So I guess we want to kill the Unstable Ghoul this turn. Play all this stuff in Muckless Champion. Alright, so we have 3, 4, 5, so we get 7 minions on the board all buffed.
Reporting for duty.
Bananas.
To battle.
And then we can kill his 2 1/1s with this. He draws 2 cards though. I don't know if that's the greatest thing in the world for us. Or we could kill the Annoyatron. He's going to be able to draw the cards regardless on the next turn, so I don't think that's too big of a factor. I think I'd rather just make this trade anyway. Okay. He doesn't have any damage on the board really anymore, so the threat level is down a lot. Got a lot of potassium on the field. We're out of Inspire cards though, but hopefully we find another. Our deck should not beat Patron Warrior, but I guess it's beating Mech Patron. Like, you're not supposed to be able to beat Patron with mid-rangey Paladin decks, just because you can't beat the card Patron efficiently enough. Unless you run a quality cons, and then if you run a quality cons, you have to have it when they make patrons, otherwise you're dead. And you can't run 2 quality 2 cons unless you're playing control paladin, so.
Hurry up! Portals online! Battle detected. I can fix anything.
The grind begins. Grinding him out very slowly. We're looking for the other Muckless Champion. Warlock Knight. Garrison Commander Knife Juggler combos. I've already used both Knife Juggler. Muster for battle. It doesn't let us finish off anything, so it's not the greatest thing in the world. Alright, I guess we still do it though. Yeah, bad shredder placement.
Reporting for duty.
I guess we want to take out... Maybe take out the Armor Smith, take out this guy too. I want to take out this guy so we can make more hero powers. I kind of want to take out the 1/3 so that it doesn't get buffed to help him be able to trade more efficiently in the future. So I kind of want to go here, and then I want to hit the Armor Smith so that we can kill it later. Or I want to hit him in the face, one of the two. I want to hit something, maybe the 2/2? No, the 2/2 is going into my 3/2.
Quickly.
So, definitely hero power, and we're probably smacking something. I don't know what yet. Probably this. He doesn't really want to trade this into my shredder. So get to work setting that up to a health total that we can deal with. You have a lot of dudes, and hopefully he doesn't draw a whirlwind. Alright, hopefully not Hunter Hero Power, because he might be able to outpace us. He's got a lot of armor. Hopefully he takes Warlock and tries to refill his hand and then realizes he fatigues himself. That would be beautiful. I really hope his last few cards will be Dragon themed. That'd be pretty fantastic. Mm-hmm. He's going all face. He's giving up trading. Nope, he's trade. Oh, there's the guy. There's the card. Oh, baby. Potassium. Mmm, yum. Alright. We can just value trade this if we wanted. Do we need to? We need to actually lose some dudes. We got a few too many dudes. Because we got to make more next turn. So I think we can actually trade here and here if we wanted. Preserve the life. We need more board space. So then trade there. So, got him. He's got 3 cards. Try and stop the Muckless Champion. Can't stop that. Right. Now we have enough room to play our dude and then make more dudes. So much inspiring.
Reporting for duty.
Potassium smash.
I'm almost out of cards. Well played.
Got him. Alright, we did it. We survived the early game, and we survived the Patron Unleash. He had Coin War X into War X into, like, what did he have? I think he had Acolyte on 3. No, he didn't. I don't remember what his 3-drop is, but he had a 2-2 into 3. No, I think he armor passed on 3. But he went Coin War X into Despite, into Patron Execute, and we still able to come back, so... Partially because the rest of his deck made no sense. But his opening was so strong. You gotta give us credit for beating it through that. So yeah, I think this is a good way to have Inspired Paladin. I like having... You need early game in Inspired Paladin, because you need to control the board early. And so that's why the secrets are there. And then you don't want those secrets in the late game. You don't want to be top-decking secrets, because you can't include that much card draw in Inspired Paladin, because you have all these Inspire cards. So then you filter the secrets out of your deck once you get to the late game. So now you're using Mysterious Challenger to help you as a 6-drop to gain tempo, so that you can also run secrets in the early game to control the board early game, and then filter them out of your deck in the later stages of the game, so that now you're not top decking secrets or your early game. You're not topping secrets, you're not top decking the Zombie Chow sort of cards. You're instead getting the Inspire combos that you need. So it's card draw and early game, which is what we were looking, and I think that brings it together a little bit better. Alright, good. Next, to DeckDoctor deck. I'm the Lobster. What's up, dude? How's it going, Lobster? What's up, Firebat? Love your stream, man. I've been trying to make a Mech Priest that actually works. Alright, let's check out Mech Priest. Mech Priest, man. Alright. We get Power Word Shield. One of my favorite Priest cards. I like that in every Priest deck, so glad to see it here. Cleric, same sort of thing. Alright, let's look for mechs. Looks like you are running Shadow Boxers. You are running Mech Warpers. Dun, 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 dun. Spider Tank and Shredders. Good, man. A lot of decks lately have not had Shredders in them. You're going to want 2 of those in almost every deck. Card's really good. It's borderline OP. So I like seeing that there. And Boom and Rag. We got this sick high end, huh? Boom, Rag. Light Bomb. Interesting choice for a mech deck. Double Entomb. We can play the control game with a mech deck. See? 2 heal bots too. 2 Holy Novas. So it looks like we got some sort of transition period in here where we transition from meching them into face into taking them to fatigue. Alright. Senjins. Velen's Death. Double Death. I love Double Death, man. Good, good. That's a good card. And then we got Curators. So it looks like what we're doing here is against aggro decks. We're trying to play our curve out. Just went out on tempo. Be Priest. Heal our minions up. And then heal bot eventually, I guess. And then outvalue Challenger with like Entombs. Have Light Bomb against Patron. And hit our Boom and Rag later after we remove and slow down their board. It's definitely got 2 different directions you're going with it. So we got the mech package to 4, and then after that we're just like, alright, we're not mechs anymore, we're just Priest. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I guess Curator choices is really going to depend on the matchup, and then try and use that to try and figure it out. So we don't really have a super consistent game plan, but Priest is one of those decks that doesn't really need a super consistent game plan to really work. I could see us kind of struggling a little bit against mid-rangey decks, I guess, because we don't have the greatest finisher. Like, because we slow down right here. Right after the 4 drops, we don't have minions we're playing anymore, so we're just kind of like, we're going to lose the board against mid-range decks here. Against aggro decks, we kind of just secure the board and win here. And then against control decks, maybe we're able to use Entombs and Light Bombs and Double Death to be able to remove, and Vol'jin to remove all their threats and sort of take them to fatigue. So I think we can fatigue out control decks, and I think we can beat aggro decks, and I think we'll probably struggle a little bit against mid-range decks, but that's kind of the nature of Priest. You usually pick 2 matchups to be able successful in, and the other ones you kind of struggle in. We'll see how it works, though. See how it goes, and see what changes we need to make. "51 wins to Golden Priest, man. We're getting closer. We're getting closer."
Your soul shall be mine.
Alright. Turn 1. Do not want Power Word Shield as a 1-drop. Kind of want to find our 2-drops here. We got 6 2-drops that we're looking to hit, and a Northshire Cleric isn't too bad. He keeps 1 card. 1 card usually means control-y deck. He made his mulligan decision super fast, too. I like Warper. Warper's a good card. We can just follow this out, that'd be nice. We're hitting these kind of clunky cards that we don't really want. We may want to move the 2-drops up from 6 to 7. We could probably include some other 5-drops and lose a 4-drop too. I will play this, I guess, and I hope it sticks. And then if it sticks, we get to land the Chosens and trade, so we're going on that dream. He probably doesn't want to just bump it, because then we can just heal and then trade. So it kind of incentivizes him to go face here, which then gives us the Chosen value. Got Coin Coil. Look at you, champ, right off the top. Coin Abusive Sergeant off the top. Damn, never lucky. We're not going to be able to stick our 3-drop. Northshire Cleric trades for the board, but other than that doesn't accomplish much. We could try and just hold out to the Holy Nova, or play Northshire Velen's next turn, and then try and have it stick, and then Holy Nova the following turn. I don't think we want to play it out here just to trade with these 2 minions. They're not that threatening. They get cleaned up in Holy Nova. Hopefully works out. We're going to need to recover the board, I guess. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do this play. It's vulnerable to Owl, but if he plays Owl, Owl dies in Holy Nova, so we're okay with it. So, if he uses Implosion to try and set up trades, that also dies in Holy Nova. So like the ways he answers this are ways that get cleaned up by Holy Nova. And we're playing Holy Nova next turn, so it lines up well for us. So, hopefully this curve works for us. We may be taking him to fatigue, but I still think we want to draw some cards. It's going to work very well for us. We're able to bump here and heal and draw cards, clear his whole board, have a healthy grill. Alright, dang. And this is a control matchup. If he's not running an OTK combo, I think we actually should be able to use the double entombs and whatnot to take him to fatigue and win there. So we don't want to draw too many cards, but we do want to draw enough to be able to have the answers for his minions. We have double death lining up with things, and then double entomb. That's the entomb target you want, really. We have death to answer big things, so we want to entomb mid-rangey things like Belchers. We don't have any 5-drops in the deck, really, besides heal bots, so adding some Belchers there is super clutch. So, I'm really good trying to take him to fatigue here. I think we're switching gears with the deck, abandoning the mech plan, and going with the fatigue him out plan. Priest him down. Finds the owl. Never fortunate. Oh, I got another Velens. That's pretty cute. I think we just want a Velens trade Shadowboxer heal. Try and get the snipes. Boom. Still got dominant board control. Got a Rag that can come down next turn and hopefully try and snipe something. Got Death for Boom. Things are lining up well. We don't have a Silence for the Fugan Stalag combo, so we kind of want to save second Entomb for the second Fugan or Stalag. That's good. We want to just Northshire Cleric here, I think. Let's try... We want to make this trade first, I guess? Well, I want to make this trade first. I don't know, I'm confused. Alright. I think I want to make this trade first, give the highest odds that this lives. This is going to go face, and I'm going to heal it and try and get the missile to hit that. So I'm going to go face with this. Trade this here. The thing's gonna live. Cool. Just gonna death this. Play this. Kill this with a draw. That's gonna go face. Alright. Dominating the board. We're kind of falling behind a little bit on cards. So hopefully the Northshire Cleric can pull it off for us. We have a lot of junk in our deck that's not helpful at this point in the game because we run the mechs early game. So we're looking at... We have, I guess, Mech Warper and a Shadow Boxer that are actually dead mech cards. Other than that, we drew all the other ones, really. I guess Piloted Shredder is arguably kind of dead, but it's such a good card that it's probably not even dead in these situations. So, other than that, the rest of our cards are pretty live. We got 2 Power Word Shields, got 2 Museum Curators, which are live. We got another Death, another Valence Chosen. No, we used both of those. We got another Senjin, 2 Shredders, another Holy Nova, and 2 Heal Bots. The Heal Bots are pretty awkward here. Looks like he does have some sort of weird OTK combo in his deck, so we might just be dead. He hasn't Emperored yet, though. The Shadow Flame plays. We just used a board clear, so I think it's okay for us to just overextend minions onto the field. So let's just fucking YOLO some minions out there. Hopefully no mind control tech, but he just used an Arcane Golem, power overwhelming board clear combo. So we may be able to just kill him instead of having to take him to fatigue. At least we're getting something out of these minions, right? I didn't expect these minions to do very much once we got to this late in the game. Maybe this is good. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 1 damage off lethal. If we're able to find some way to deal 1 damage. Doesn't look like it. The Museum Curator first to try and see what we can find here. The Beast, not very good. Zombie Chow, not very good. Nerubian Egg, not very good. I guess we're taking the highest value cards. We're going to take the Beast. He just played Big Game Hunter. We're also going to play this Ragnaros because he just played Big Game Hunter. And I guess the likelihood we die is not the highest thing in the world, so maybe we just want to take this trade and then go face for 9. I kind of want to guarantee that this dies, though. We don't have reach in our deck. And I want the taunt healthy.
quickly.
He still has Leroy Faceless for 12. I'm gonna double trade. We don't have enough card draw to really support this line, maybe, but feels too bad to let the Emperor up. If the Rag lives one more turn, I think we can get it. That's unfortunate. Faceless is the Rag. Oh my god. Rag v Rag Wars.
My shield for Argon.
This Rag's got the bonus health. Uh-oh. Hopefully his Rag goes face. I have no idea, man. That's not good. Oh, Light Bomb. There we go. I guess we're losing our Rag, but he's got very limited cards, so maybe we can fight back from this using the Beast because it's a really high value minion. I think this is worth a Light Bomb. We lose our Rag, but seems worth. So we surrender all the tempo back to him, but we're trying to take him to fatigue anyway, so we're looking for our high value top decks off the top, which we only have Museum Curator and Shadow Boxer as weak cards. Oh my god, Jiraxis, no! Damn, Jiraxis is real good against Priests and Reno decks. Okay, we have the Beast, which contests this. May deal 9 to his face. If I YOLO'd face, he would Jiraxis to heal back up, and we'd be in a losing position. I don't know. I guess he would still have to Faceless the Rag and go for that Dream. And then we could have tried to just Rag him that turn. Went for a 1 and 3.
I wonder.
It's like, we don't run any burn in the deck though, so it doesn't set up lethal with any top deck. So that's why I was kind of not inclined to YOLO face. If it hits the 5/5 though, it's really good. But if we leave up Emperor and then he Emperor procs multiple times with all of those kind of cards in his hand, it gets pretty scary. Because he had the Faceless and everything there. But thus far though, we forced him to use the combo defensively, so he doesn't have the combo available anymore. So if we can outvalue him, we will win. So we have hopefully the cards that can do it. We have to give him a 3/3 here in order to trade with his 6/6 and deal 9 face damage. But I'm not sure. It's real hard to beat Jiraxis, man. I got Jiraxis way too early. Jiraxis. Does he have the coil? Yeah, this is just getting worse for us. We got heals. It's just he's got so many cards left. I don't know if we're gonna be able to live for 10 turns here against infinite 6/6s for 10 turns. Sounds unlikely to be able to beat. We were close. We need better finishers for taking it to fatigue. We have finishers for killing people, which isn't good for our control matchup, in my opinion. 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21. What's Drax's weapon name? Blood Fury.